Hey guys, Terrapup here, and let's get this mic a little bit closer because a lot of people complain they can't hear me. And I have a new sponsor, CWWK, who makes these awesome fanless PCs, sent me over this mini PC, which is really cool. And this is now my fourth one. If you've been watching my channel, you've been seeing that I have purchased these in the past, so when they asked me if I would take a look at one, I was like, yeah, sure. And this kind of show you history. If you look up in the top left-hand corner, you will see the router that I bought that I actually put TrueNAS on, and it's still running in the Despy T1 rack. Next is the front side of the mini PC. I own two of these. What's nice about these is the top pops off and it exposes 4 NVMe's, okay? And this is in my T0, my mobile rack, and this to kind of give you what the front side looks like. That's the front side, and as you can kind of see, it does come with 2 Ethernet ports, okay? And let's go back one, just kind of show, yep. And it only comes with 2 USB ports. It's not bad. I mean, it's half the size of what's in front of me, but let's go ahead and show this. But yeah, I have already owned 3 of these, so for them to send me this one was really nice. And full disclosure, I've already been working on this, so the screws are off, but we're still going to do an unboxing here in a second. All right, so let's take a quick look. So this could be used as a router. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 Ethernet ports. We have a HDMI display port. We have 2 USB-A ports, and there's our power jack. Now on the front side, we have our power button. Not sure what these buttons are for. We do have a TF or SD card slot. We have 2 USB 3 A. We have 4 USB 2 ports on this. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, I've already been working on this because this one claims that it can go up to 48 gigs of memory. And uses DDR5. And I'm going to pop these off. Okay, so these are now both off. And there's 4 screws. Okay. And like I said, I've already popped it off. Now, I'll show you what they sent me in the box, but so this is the space. You do have a fan in the bottom, and the board is kind of tilting because, again, I've been working on it. So yeah, it is kind of leaning, but we'll take a look here in a second. But you have this giant heatsink. In fact, I was kind of shocked because this was not supposed to be here until around like July 19th, and it got here super quick. All right, you can find this on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description. But just to kind of show you guys how awesome this thing is. There's the fan that blows up air. There are our 4 NVMe slots, and it uses the 2280s. Okay, and what's nice is you can pull this off. I'm going to wiggle it a little bit. Pops out. Okay, and it has a connector. And one of the things that's really cool is this thing, or this PC, not thing, but this PC actually can have 5 NVMe's, so you don't lose one of the slots up here. Okay, it uses the 5th one, which sits up underneath this board here. And technically, you could put a wireless connector there, but they have this adapter board. As you can see, I have placed in it. This is from the video above. Okay, this is Pop OS. We're gonna pull this out, but I've been testing it, and this is a 32 gig module. I'm gonna real quick populate this with another inland. Okay, 512. We're going to use that for the OS. Okay, and I'm going to put 4 2 terabyte drives up here, and we are going to make this NAS. The only question is, what NAS software am I going to use? Am I going to use OpenVault Media? Am I going to use TrueNAS? Am I going to use Zima OS now that I know I can use my little USB stick to install it from? So I'm going to take this gently right now, and I'm going to put this to the side. I want to show you all the stuff that you get with this this PC. So you get a power supply, barrel jack. Okay. Now I'm not sure if it was just this box or if they all come like this. All right, and these are the screws I pulled out earlier. And I'm going to put these bags to the side, but the first thing you're going to notice when you open up this box is, okay, if I can get this out gently. All right. This is the controller board for the 4 NVMe's, and when I do the wiggle, this actually fits into one of the slots, as you can see. Okay, so they give you one of these. Okay, because technically you could just use the one and call it a router. Here's a fan. Here is the wireless, I believe that's an E key to M.2 key, where we can put our adapter on there. There's a plate, so if I want to hook this to the back of a TV or something like that. There are some screws and washer, more than likely. The one thing CWWK really needs to do is invest time into a wiki and show how to assemble these. I played around and I figured out if I popped the 2 sides out, I could open it. Okay, let's continue on. Here's some more screws for the fan. And if I don't want to use NVMe, they do include an adapter so for your power, okay, your data. So this is for a SATA drive. This is for your fan. And this is for the board. These are standoff so that we can have it. So this is all the stuff, and of course they give you a warranty card. But CWWK, please create a wiki and start showing assembly. And trust me, you'll get a lot of credit for that. All right. So, what are we going to put into it? Again, I'm going to be putting in a fresh inland 512 NVMe, and normally these go for $55 or $54.99. I got this on sale for $35. If you watch, these are normally on sale, okay? And then what was crazy, I meant very crazy, is I'm going to be putting in 4 SanDisks. These are 2 terabyte. Now, these normally go for $150, okay? But I was able to pick these up for $114. And I could have went with Silicon Power or King Quest, I think is the other brand that I used last time. Or personally, I would have loved to use Inland, but these were on sale, and I just couldn't pass them up. Still got it at Microsoft. They're just not Microsoft brand. They're not Inland. And these are Western Digital. Up in the corner, it states that they're Western Digital. So hopefully by the time I raid all of this, it's going to give me like 7 terabytes, which is small, but for what we're going to be doing with it, should be enough. So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to cut the camera. I'm going to cut these out, and then I'm going to place everything into the computer. Okay? We'll be back. Alrighty. So, before we go any further, I want to explain to you guys. So, yeah, I did a little work on this ahead of time. Excuse me. Want to make sure that it could use more than 16 gigs of memory. The N100 in the Pocket NAS that you guys saw me work on, you know that I bought an N305 because I could never get it to fully accept a 32 gig. This one does. I'm going to remove the Pop OS that's on this adapter board, and this here, this is the board that we plug into. So if let's say I only wanted to run a NAS, okay, I could just put my NVMe storage here, put a wireless here up underneath it, and call it a day. Okay, now I still need to figure out which NAS software I'm running. I just saw an article on XDA where the gentleman runs OpenSense instead of TrueNAS or OpenVolt or Unraid, but he's running OpenSense, and he's doing all his stuff with it because it has plugins that we can do multiple things with. Okay, so with that, let me go ahead, start pulling it apart. I'm not going to pull out the 32 gigs. I did test it. I am going to pop out this, okay, because this is the Pop OS. This was actually in my Ratsa. I had it. I swear to God, I'm either going crazy or I'm misplacing stuff, but I did have a Windows disk, and I can't find it for some reason. Okay, so we're gonna go super fast mode as I put stuff in, and just to show you guys, I do have my 512. Okay, I do have my SanDisk ready to go into this. Okay. Alright, before I put the unit back together, there are 4 SanDisks, and they look beautiful. I probably shouldn't have to worry about this because there's nothing on the back side of the NVMe, but you notice I put a thermal pad underneath this one. I'm just trying to make sure it doesn't spark arc. Plus give it a little bit of extra connection, but this right there, that's 2 terabytes of storage. Impressive, huh? We've come a long way because this is a 512 and you really can't see it, but there are like 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks for storage on this 512, okay? Where on this one, there's just that one. Man, we've come a long way. I can remember when a 8 meg hard drive, which was like this huge, was impressive storage. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and finish putting this together. All right, guys. So we got the system put together, and I need to make a correction here. And the reason I need to make the correction is I've been calling this device a CWWK, but it's actually Oaknode. No wonder the person who asked me if I would test this reached out and asked me to change the name to Oaknode. So I'm going to go back to my other videos, and this is the unit that I purchased. Okay. When they asked me to take a look at it, as you guys know, I purchase a lot of my stuff. I've only had a couple vendors actually give me devices, but they are sponsoring this. But so I have the N100, okay, which came as a bare bones kit. All right, and it does come with 5 M.2s like the description states, okay, and they put router, QNAS, firewall, okay, and if you look, you know, it's color, they misspelled bare bones there, but it's essentially the same unit. Okay, and if you read through the specs, you know, it's not a bad little device. If you click over on their store, which is here, visit the Oaknode store, okay, you can see other devices. It's kind of acting a little bit slow, but they do mini PCs, industrial motherboard, and memory storage. And this is just some of the stuff that they're showing here on their page, like 8-bay NAS, mini ITX motherboard. Looks beautiful. This is their Oaknode, the one that I test, which comes in the N100, which I have, and does come in an N305. So if you're looking for something with a little bit more power, and they put firewall, VPN router, backup WAN, and they wanted me to test this again as a NAS, and I have, and you'll see that here in the next part of this video, but I just want to show you guys that they are around. This is their web page. Okay, and they do have some beautiful devices. The only complaint I have is their web page so far, and that's because when I went up to click up on products and clicked on the different tabs, you get a white area. So, hey guys at Oaknode, you might want to fix your web page. But all right, let's move on and let's show you guys what I did do with this. I'll leave the link for the one that I purchased in the description as I stated, and then you guys can go from there.